On today's show, Taylor and I get caught up on everything from LSU basketball team's tournament chances to the top 5 crossovers of the NBA so far this season.
Oh yeah, and later on we take you live to a soggy Alex Buck Stadium where Tiger TV reporters Brandon Hilliard and Cody Krupp will get us ready for the Tigers matchup tomorrow versus Southeastern Louisiana.
So get ready, folks, because it's hump day.
Yes, sir.
And halftime at Hodges starts now.
Right now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Halftime at Hodges. I'm Seanil Reed.
And I'm Taylor Curet. Well, Seanil, we were on a little bit of a hiatus, but we're back. You're happy to be back?
I'm definitely happy to be back, especially with a guy like you.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. Yeah, Morgan Beard or Johnny Lombardi never said that when I inked with him. Anyway, we got a busy show today, and we take a look at 2 teams that continue their hot streaks in gymnastics and softball. And later on, Mitch Rabalais will fill us in on a potential big move by the NFL. But let's kick things off with some LSU basketball. Well, right now, the Tigers are on the right side of the tournament talk after a dominating win over Auburn last night. LSU improved their record to 20-8 with the win and even moved up a spot in ESPN's bracketology. NCAA bracket guru Joe Lunardi released his latest field of 68 this morning, and as you can see, LSU has moved up to the number 10 spot, potentially matching up with Tom Izzo's Michigan State Spartans. Seanil, after seeing that, I mean, what do you think of their chances if they make it into the big dance? First off, what do you think their chances against Michigan State?
Well, first off, they have to finish the season strong.
Absolutely.
I mean, when you go with a bracket at the 10th spot, normally that means that you fought throughout the latter end of the season to get there.
Right.
But Jarrell Martin is going to be a key for them.
Oh, yeah.
He has to stop depending on the jump shot and take over and seize the moment during the big games. And also, the Tigers have to get hot in the SEC tournament. You know, we have a road game against Kentucky coming up, and they have to show up and get that victory, and that will solidify them in the tournament.
Yeah, and if they're going to make it, you're right. It's Jordan Mickey, and it's Jarrell Martin.
Yes, definitely.
Jarrell Martin career high 28 points the other night versus Florida, but 3 more games for these folks, and 28. They're sitting pretty good right now, but everything will rely on those 2 big M&M boys if they want to make it. But they're looking okay right now, and we'll see how it plays out. They play Saturday, Ole Miss. It's senior day, only one senior, John Odo. But Saturday is 1 more game. So, you can catch the Tigers action Saturday, like I said, Ole Miss at home in the PMAC. But let's get to some gymnastics. Man, they've created a lot of buzz on LSU's campus this season. The number 2 ranked Tigers, now at 9-1, will look to keep the streak alive when they travel to Tuscaloosa this Friday for yet another top 5 matchup. And it's against the number 5 Crimson Tide, Alabama. The team has been anchored by a pair of seniors in Reagan Corville and Lamentia Hall, who both recently received SEC honors. Corville was named SEC Co-Gymnast of the Week, and Hall, the SEC Specialist of the Week on Tuesday. Corville is now tied with LSU gymnast great April Burkholder for the most career all-around titles in LSU history, with 25. And Hall is now alone at the top of LSU gymnastics after her floor routine last week. The win moved Hall ahead of Ashley Claire Kearney for the most floor routine titles in school history with 28. Coach Dee Bro's squad will hit the mat again on Friday versus the Crimson Tide. And if you want to catch the Tigers, the meet will be broadcast on the SEC Network.
The LSU softball team has also given the LSU students something exciting to think about this spring. The team is off to their best start in team history with an undefeated 16-0 record after the team's trip out west. Tiger Park's version of Rake City took care of business in the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic in Palm Springs, California last weekend, getting 5 wins to stay undefeated, so well, in fact, that sophomore infielder Savannah Jaquish was named SEC Softball Player of the Week following her performance in her home state. Jaquish hit .500 at the plate, had 8 hits, and drove in 15 RBI. But she wasn't done just yet, as she hit 3 homers to bring her season total to 6. The softball team will be competing in the Purple and Gold Challenge this weekend at Tiger Parks, with the team's first game being on Friday at 5 against Stephen F. Austin. Coming up after the break, Mitch Rabalais tells us about some big moves on the West Coast that could bring the NFL back to LA. And Brandon Hilliard and Cody Krupp joins us from the box.
Slick Mitch is at it again. We'll be right back.
To the bucket, couldn't score from in close. And then the really misjudged athleticism. A fantastic throwdown. They had 5 dunks in the first half. At the half.
Welcome back to Halftime in Hodges. Joining us now is the incomparable Mitch Rabalais. What's kicking it, Rabbi?
Oh, it's great to be here. I didn't get the memo about the red and black dress code.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
You got the olive green tie.
Yeah, it works.
I like the contrast.
Sorry about
Works
that.
a
We'll
little
start
bit.
sending you the memos. We left you out the email list.
I appreciate it. Well, with all of the rain and gloom here in Baton Rouge, we're heading out west to the bright lights and sunny shores of Los Angeles, California. Last night, the City Council of Englewood, California, voted unanimously to approve the construction of a new NFL stadium for St. Louis Rams owner Steve Kroenke. The approval comes as the latest move to get an NFL team back on the West Coast in the City of Angels. Today, I took to the streets to ask LSU students what they thought about the move.
Being from Los Angeles, I'm excited to have a football team to support, but I know it's going to cause a lot of problems, a lot of traffic downtown. The construction to build a stadium, wherever they're going to build it, is going to be a nightmare. We already have a lot of road closures, so I'm not really looking forward to that part, but it'll be nice to have a team to root for.
You know, as a lifelong Rams fan, I definitely think that the move is something that would benefit the team, at least from a publicity standpoint. Obviously, Los Angeles being probably the second biggest market, if not the biggest market.
Well, as a Saints fan, I was kind of nervous that LA would be calling sometime soon. So I'm kind of glad LA finally has an NFL team to call their.
This issue is expected to headline the next NFL owners meeting, where the Rams would need the approval of 24 of the 32 league owners. And this was the scene in Raleigh, North Carolina yesterday as the Wolfpack of NC State returned home after knocking off the mighty Tar Heels of the University of North Carolina for the first time at 12 years up the road in Chapel Hill, finally bringing some parity back to ACC basketball.
It is a cold, rainy day here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and that means the game originally scheduled for 6:30 p.m. Southeastern versus LSU has been moved to tomorrow at the same time. Now, Brandon, what is this going to do to a pitching staff that's going to have to go 4 out of 4 games this weekend and 4 out of 6 by the time the stretch is over?
They're going to be tested this weekend. We got a bit of a young pitching staff, I would say. So we got to see Norman come out tomorrow and pitch a great game, and we got to see our pitching staff, all of bullpen and all of our starters come in and pitch great games over the weekend and throughout the week next week.
One player for the Tigers who's been tearing the head off the ball is Cade Savick, named co-SEC Player of the Week this week. What has he meant for this program so far?
He is a huge boost to the program. He's 500 batting average in 7 games this year, so he's producing at the plate. I would say is a huge description for it. Actually, he's 3 home runs. He's doing great this season. So I look forward to seeing what he can do against Southeastern tomorrow night and against Princeton this weekend and going into next week as well.
Well, that's all we got here from Alex Box Stadium. We're going to kick it back to you guys in the studio. Thanks for having us out here.
Thank you, Cody and Brandon. Also in the news this week, high-level meetings are taking place in Qatar to determine the dates for next year's World Cup.
Okay.
Next week on Wide World of Sports, I'll have the full analysis, and we'll take a look at the calendar and how it will potentially affect other sports, not only just the soccer season.
Okay. Well, hey, man, we look to it. We look forward to it, Mitch. Thank you, Mitch. And coming up after the break, we will break Mitch's ankles.
What?
I'm just kidding. No, these basketball magicians definitely could, though.
Welcome back to the show. Now, TC, I have to ask you, Did you see Steph Curry put those moves on Ramon Sessions last night?
I don't think I did, but if I know Steph Curry, it was probably something disgusting.
Yeah, something nasty. Well, after having some injury questions, he left no doubt that his ankles are feeling fine as he danced around Sessions and drained a step-back jumper in honor of his silky smooth moves. We've come up with the top 5 crossovers of the NBA season so far.
Okay.
Let's get started with number 5.
Let's check it out.
Now, number 5 is coming from Denver Nuggets, Ty Lawson, as he crosses up.
Oh, okay. Okay,
Kyle
Tyler.
Heinrich to get to the hole
Kirk
with a
Heinrich,
little
yeah.
in and out move. Oh, Kirk Heinrich, please.
Please.
Get on your feet.
Please. All right, what we got for number 4? Oh, it's Steph Curry. It's what you were talking about, Seanil. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's Steph Curry, man.
You know those jerseys are hideous, man. That jumper is definitely
He's unstoppable.
Number 3 is Kemba Walker as he breaks down Nikola Mirotic's ankles. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, is that 2 Chicago Bulls in the highlight?
That's just like that game against Pitt when he was playing for UConn, man.
That's 2 Chicago guys. Sorry, Johnny. Number 2, who is that? But that's Shabazz Napier putting the Jazz in Shabazz.